Good morning, precious. Hey, Miss Vicky. Hey, baby girl. Here, hold this for me. Yup. Say good morning, Ava. Good morning. Say good morning, legend.
Good morning.
So, guys, don't put that in your face. When you get a minute, go. Wait, did I say good morning, precious? How you doing, baby? Happy Monday. And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya. Nope, I only brought enough in for my coffee. Gotta go back out to the car.
Yeah, what is that?
Coffee party. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe. This is the grandchildren's edition, the grandmama edition. I'm sorry, y'all. It is what it is. So, guys, today is Monday. It's Juneteenth. And yes, I am about to go to work. No, I'm just playing. I am going to work, but I'm only working half a day today. Because everything I'm doing is all about us as a people. So I'm just, I'm going to just work for a couple hours today, guys. But I had to go in because there's so much going on. Just hold that for me, okay? So, guys, we're going to piggyback today. Remember Friday, I left off talking to you guys about the relationships that your little siblings have, your kids, your brother and sister. And then when one of that babies is taken out, when the baby is taken out, I told y'all yesterday, baby, get that out of there. That you got to watch the relationships. Like when that baby try to come back into the fold, it's one thing if you guys were able to sit down and talk about everything that was going on. Get over here. Talk about everything that was going on. Apologize to one another. Hey, Terry, about what happened. Get all the confusion and the confliction and everything out the way. And then if that baby starts coming back and reuniting with the family, that's one thing. Did you get all that?
Hi.
Somebody said they want to see the shoe. Ain't they cute? I couldn't wait to bust them open. Bust them out. Yes. So that's one scenario. The baby's coming back. Everybody's reuniting. Oh, that's fine and dandy. Shh, baby. That's fine and dandy. Where your brother? Go get your brother. Go get him. Come over here, baby. Stay close. You can open it up. You can put it in there. Put me 3 more in there.
Oh, what about paying too?
Well, she got it now, baby. I'm sorry. You can get that job later, okay? Next time. Yeah, that's different. But when you got if the baby trying to reconnect with maybe just one of your kids, 3 more. If you got other children and that baby trying to reconnect with just maybe one of them, or you know what I'm saying? You just got to be careful. So like I told you last week, you got to monitor that relationship. I know it sounds strange, and you probably, why you got to do that? Because that other child was influenced by people that don't like you. They hate you. You don't have a good relationship with that baby. And I hate to say it. I don't want to say that the baby is your enemy. I don't want to say that. I would never use a word like that. But the baby definitely ain't your friend right now. You understand? Because a lot was destroyed when that baby was taken out your house and out your life. Depending on the dynamics, depending on the relationship, depending on how things happen. When that baby was taken away, that relationship was destroyed. The relationship with the other siblings was destroyed. The dynamics in your household was probably destroyed. So it was so much that has happened. And if the baby's only reconnect and get that money, baby, with one of the siblings, because I told you all your kids ain't going to be on board. Remember, I told you that. You're going to stir it up for me. All your kids not going to be on board. Yeah, some of your kids might not like that baby because they feel like that baby could have did something. It's a way that baby probably could have stayed around. There's no reason why the baby should have turned on the other parent. And, people got strong feelings about that. You know what I'm saying? You got a child that's disrespecting your mama. You ain't going to want to deal with that baby. You got a child that be talking bad about your daddy and you love your daddy to death. You ain't gonna want to deal with that, baby. So you got one child that might not want to deal with that. Then you got one kid that probably still, hey, hold that ball. You got one kid that probably still want to connect with that baby. They love that baby so much they still want to connect no matter what happened, no matter what's going on. Hey, Danielle, no matter what, they still want to be a part of that baby life. But you gotta watch that. You gotta monitor that relationship because that baby can influence your other children. That baby can make those other children not like you. That baby can make those children hate you. That baby can destroy the relationship that you have with your other baby. I know, ain't that terrible? Because why do it even have to be that way? Why is it so hard for y'all to work with one another when it comes to that baby after the relationship? After y'all break up and stuff, why is it so hard for y'all to work with one another? Why is your only mission to tear that other person down and break them down and make them look bad and destroy that relationship? You see how I use the word destroy? You see how many times, shh baby, did you see how many times the word destroy came up? How many times did I use it? Because that's what happens. I know. So you got to be careful. You have to pay attention. You have to monitor that relationship. Always ask questions. Yeah, I asked these already. Why do baby hate you so much? Why is it so much anger? Why would a child go so far to damage you and destroy you and bring you down and hurt you? Think about that. If there's no abuse or neglect, and I should have said that at the beginning of the video, if there is no abuse or neglect, it's confusing for everybody. It's confusing for the kids. It's confusing. If there's no abuse or neglect, why would that child hate you? Why would that child have so much anger? Why would that child want to mean you so much harm? Why? If there's no abuse or neglect. Think about that. Think about that. So yeah, today we was talking about the different relationships. That's why the family meetings are so important. That's why the family meetings are so important. Before it get this bad and it get to the point where the baby is taking out your life, you should have family meetings with your baby mama and your baby daddy. Yeah. We had one family meeting. After everything happened, and remember I dropped her off that night. After I dropped her off that night just to cool off, I didn't hear from her for like a month or so. I was reaching out to the dad to set up a family meeting so we could discuss what's going on, and he changed the date like 3 or 4 times, because each time we set the date for the family meeting, get off the floor, you know better than that. Anytime we set the date for the family meeting, he would change it. So my kids would take off work so they can be there. So when we finally had it, my kids couldn't take off work. So I had to go by myself. So it was like all of them against me, right? And the baby was on the side with them, like standing there, like she didn't look at me. She didn't have no, it was like she hated me. Like, how could she hate me all of a sudden? So it lets me know that this stuff had been brewing for a minute. This stuff had been going on for a minute. These seeds had been planted for a long time. And she was just acting like she liked me when she was with me. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, but she really, and it showed at that family meeting. But we talked about a lot at that family meeting, right? We talked about so much to where I feel like if we would have had regular family meetings, a lot would have been discussed. We would have had a good understanding about a lot of things. We probably would have realized that we both had the same mission as far as the baby. We both had the same ideas. We both had the same plan. We both felt the same way about her and what she deserved and what she come here, legend. I'm sorry, baby. Happy belated Father's Day, sir. Yeah. And I've been getting that a lot lately. I know, and it's all good. Hold this for me, baby. Carry this. No. So, guys, yeah, so when we had that family meeting, we talked about a lot of stuff. And I think if we would have had regular family meetings, we probably would have got a lot on the table. Like, she would have understood why I was so... Come here. Sorry, baby. She would, like for instance... Come here, let me see this book. Let me see what I wrote down. I'm good, baby. Legend, stand right here for a minute. Because I wrote a couple points down. Like, if we would have had a family meeting, I would have been able to tell her how I felt about her. Hey, Cynthia, shout out to Flint, Michigan. I would have been able to tell her myself how I don't like the fact that she smoke and drink around my baby. I don't like people smoking and drinking around the kids. You know, smoking cigarettes, smoking, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, none of that. No, baby, I told you I only brought enough for the coffee. Just the coffee. It's somewhere over here. What I do with that damn coffee? And I also would have been able to talk to her about my feelings of her taking the baby to the beauty salon. Because remember, I told the dad and nothing happened. They kept taking her every time I dropped her off over there on the weekend, and I didn't want to just stop her from going over there just from that, but that was a really, really big deal. I didn't want her up in the beauty salon. I didn't want her going. So if I would have expressed to the grandmama at the family meeting why I did not, get back, baby, why I did not, okay, thank you, hold this, carry this, baby. Why I did not want her going to the beauty salon. If I would have let her know I'm still doing her hair, I enjoy doing her hair. Legend, come on. That is our bonding time. Wait a minute, baby. Hold the ball. Give me your hand. Hold my arm or something. That was our bonding time that I spent when I did her hair. Come here. This way. She would have understood that when I wanted her to wear weave and get her hair did, I would have took her to my cousin Tracy. That way she still would have been in a controlled environment. All that going to the beauty salon and dropping her off, and she there with grown women talking about what they did the night before. Like, that's not, hey, Carrie, how you doing, honey? Yeah, that's not the environment that I would want my baby in. You exposing her to too much. You making her grow up faster than what she needs to by putting her in there. And then the hairstyles that she was getting her, that was hairstyles that I be wearing, you know? So, you know, if we would have had regular family meetings, then we would have been able to discuss those things, and maybe we would have had, she would have had an open mind about how I felt. She would have understood, would have been able to set boundaries. So yeah, that's another thing I need y'all to think about, having family meetings every now and then with your baby mama and your baby daddy and the kids. Everybody that's involved should be able to sit in on the family meetings. I used to do it when the boys were little. It helped them to express themselves. That's why they're so verbal now. All my children should be able to tell you how they feel about certain stuff. They should be able to express themselves. And a lot of that came from us having those family meetings and having those monthly discussions. I think we would have them like every 3 or 4 months. We would sit down and talk about some of the pressing issues. It was like, it gave them a safe space, and it was like an open forum for them to be able to say how they feel about things that they probably normally wouldn't talk to me about. Yeah, so that's it, y'all, for Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. I know this was a long one. It's Monday. And I'm out, guys.